Hey there, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to 2020. Before I get into your reading, I want to talk about another Taurus that I know. For some of you, you may know him, and well, you were here when I was asking for help for my friend Michael Anton Tippett. He passed away right before Christmas, and that was very difficult for me and a lot of people. So I want to say thank you for those of you who donated to his GoFundMe, his cancer, needing to help his cancer. He lost that battle, but I appreciate your help, and I'm very, very appreciative of all of your help and your consideration. So thank you so much for your help, and let's go ahead and get into your reading for January of 2020. I can't believe I'm saying that. 2020. Okay. Please show me energy present for the sign of Taurus. So the first card out, you are limitless, Taurus. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. And if there is a card that would be for Tippett, it would be this. He was such a unicorn. But yes, you are limitless, and so are we all. It's the energy that is presented here for you, and it is supported here for you. So whatever you're needing to delve deeper into, whatever you are feeling restricted by, know that you are limitless. Know that you have the options and abundance and change to happen for you. It's there for you. It's there. So let's go ahead and get into your reading here. Show me energy present for the sign of Taurus, please. First card out is your card, the Empress here, Taurian energy. The Empress is a card where we are feeling very, very powerful within ourselves. It's a card of abundance. It's a card of having the lifestyle that you want. And I'm not talking just about a superficial energy. It's being very connected with the earth, with people, with family, with children. It's the mother card. It's a very healthy, powerful card. It's somebody who is well revered. People come to them, they seek them out. It's somebody who is very attractive and beautiful. It's somebody who's very comfortable within their lives. Very stable energy, Taurus, which you guys like. Show me more for the sign of Taurus, please, for January 2020. More for Taurus. The Seven of Wands here, Taurus. Seven of Wands is a card of sometimes anxiety. It's a card of needing to create boundaries with people. It's sometimes having miscommunications or very difficult communications with people. Some of you, this is a situation where you may be, talking to a mother, your mother, sister, aunt, somebody who's connected with you. Doesn't have to just be female energy, but usually the Empress is indicative of that. You may have had issues with that type of communication, definitely around the holidays. I do know that. And, the holidays can also stir things up for people. Some of you may need to have a situation where it's like okay, so when you rely too much on somebody or, hang on. Okay, I don't know. I keep getting messages today, and it's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what is that? Talk to me better. Tell me more. Yeah, if you've been having like struggles, almost like power struggles with people, I don't know. It's like some part here, Taurus is talking about being more self-reliant in a certain way. I don't know if you're like leaning on anybody or asking anybody for anything in particular. You guys are usually really self-sufficient. I don't know why I'm getting this message right now. You guys are usually incredibly self-sufficient people. Okay, keep going. Justice, Libran energy. Could be dealing with a Libra. 5 of Swords. Yeah, I keep getting this energy here, Taurus, where it's like somebody is being cut out, or somebody's like, the well is run dry for some reason. Something about like things are no longer being given to the way that they were, which is good. Which maybe is why this "you are limitless" is here, because when we think that we don't have enough, so we have to, you know, either rely on other people, or, you know, we're not feeling like we have enough. You are limitless. You do have enough. It is about finding this abundance, coming into that arena of life where you are that type of energy, where you exhibit that type of energy and are within it. But I keep getting some weird connection to like those who you like take from. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's almost like cutting the cord, or like taking the training wheels off in some aspect of your life. You may have been like getting something from a specific person, information, money, whatever it is. It's like you may have, I don't know, it's almost like outgrowing that situation. Let's get more cards out and then, okay. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. The Chariot is a card of forward movement, but it happens once we are in balance. So interesting energy for the Justice card to be here. So basically, some of you may be having a fight with other Taurians. Some of you may be having issues with your mother, sister, aunt. Could just be somebody who maybe you've been borrowing money from. It also could be somebody who's borrowed money from you, and you're kind of tired of them like coming in like, hey, can I have a little more? You know, that might be done, and you need to stand up for yourself. Because if you don't stand up for yourself, what happens is you allow that cycle to continue. And right now things are changing. I know. I hate the New Year's, because everybody's like, oh my God, I'm never gonna eat sugar again. I'm never gonna blah, blah, blah again. And then like in 2 weeks, you're like, oh my God, I just ate a pound of sugar, or whatever it is. But overall, Taurus, the 5 of Swords is a card of sabotage, whether that be self-sabotage, sabotage from somebody else. It's an energy where people do not regard you in the way that you need to be cared for and taken into consideration. It's somebody that will use you for their advantage but not replenish you. You know, they just think about themselves. And here we have an energy where it's like we are letting it go. We're being very decisive and kind of, in a way, kind of cold in regard to how we cut that energy out. When you do that, you move forward with the Chariot. So this is prosperity. It's talking about abundance, change, positivity, getting your ducks in a row and going forward. There's a lot of positivity there. But overall, what I'm seeing here is that there's something that we need to shut down. I don't know if that is a connection between you and somebody else, or like the need to siphon off of somebody. I keep getting this energy where it's like somebody's being siphoned off of. That's what I'm feeling. Siphoned energy. All right. Show me the Empress. Hopefully this will come together more. I mean, it should, but yeah, the Empress here with the 4 of Pentacles. So this is no longer, this energy, the Empress and the 4 of Pentacles, this is no longer somebody that can give you what you need, or this is you no longer giving something to somebody. It's almost feeling like it's become a drain, Taurus, like you've been drained or something. Like it's like you're seen as a certain way, you're seen as abundant, you're seen as having a lot to offer. And it's almost as if being very conscious of the people who you know who are taking from you. I'm going to put it like that. Maybe it's not you taking from somebody, but somebody taking from you, draining you. I don't know. It just feels like a big drain. And it's like now you're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give back anymore. I'm not going to give anymore because I'm not receiving back. Show me the 7 of Wands here for Taurus. You have the Queen of Cups here. Cancerian energy, Pisces and Scorpio. You also have the Chariot at the end of the reading. That is Cancer. And the 4 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Cups is often somebody who's very lovely, who's very pretty, who's very nurturing. They kind of have that Empress energy to a degree. The Queen of Cups is, like I said, a water sign, but she's more like, she's kind of an enabler. She'll do everything for you. She wants to be there for you. She'll be your therapist and your sleeping partner. You know, she's somebody who you love dearly, but not necessarily somebody in this capacity who you can continue with. And I think that Seven of Wands here with the Queen of Cups, this is basically saying, hey, listen, you know, knowing your own limits in regard to what you give to others and where you're being kind of leeched off from, Taurus. I feel here with the Empress and the Queen of Cups with that Seven of Wands, it's like being very conscious of the energy and the love that you extend. It's good to extend love. It's good to extend that nurturing aspect of yourself. It's good to give and give and give. But when are you being given back to? Like, especially if somebody has been taking and taking and taking and taking, even if it's you that's taking and taking in some capacity with somebody else, this is going to be cut off. Either you need to cut it off or it's going to be cut off from you, but something is going to be cut off here. It's no longer, it's a no-go. Show me the Justice card here for Taurus. So you have the Seven of Cups, Death, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. The Seven of Cups is about options. Sometimes that is necessary for people to get on their own feet, including yourself. It's about options, but it's also about feeling, it's like what I'm getting, the word that's coming to me right now is unstructured. Unstructured in what you know, unstructured in the way that you are dealing with things, what you want. It's about getting what you need, but knowing how to go about it. With the Seven of Cups here, this card often talks about emotional confusion in regard to your decisions and the options that you have available to yourself. So what is it that you need to get more so in alignment with to get to this? This is where you need to be. This is your energy, Taurus. You're coming up here and you're coming up with that Empress energy. But that was the last card to come out. This next one coming through is the Death card. Scorpio energy, but this is about transformation. So where in your life are you hemming and hawing? Where are you trying to pinpoint your next phase, your next step, the next transition in your life? What is the next process within that phase? A lot of people sit on things for far too long because they're not certain about how it's going to pan out. They're not certain about, oh, it's just, you know, they don't know. And so they don't do. You guys, like, not all Taurus, not all Taurians are like this, but you like stability. You like things to be kind of concrete. And I think there's an energy where it's like we're breaking that mold. We're changing that aspect of ourselves. That particular thing is not necessarily applying to you anymore. And it's shaking it up. With the Queen of Pentacles here, the Death card is about change, transformation, moving things through. So if you're having issues with committing to something or not sure in regard to what to choose in your life, especially on an emotional level, things are going to change very quickly. Whether you choose to make that energy shift yourself or the universe is going to do it for you, things are coming to swiftly take that and change it. Now, this can, again, be in consideration to you turning somebody off or shutting somebody down, cutting them out. It could be somebody doing that to you, or it could just be you finally getting your shit together and getting on the ball with what you need. The Queen of Pentacles is a beautiful card. I love this energy of this card. She makes magic out of nothing. She finds the good in people. She's wonderful. She's a nurturer. She takes care of her family. She's, you know, an entrepreneur. She makes things happen. This is the type of energy that you need to be stable within. This is a card of stability. This is an overhaul, you know. So just kind of over what we're talking about in this reading, the overall energy. First of all, you are limitless. But where are we not seeing that? Where are we holding ourselves back because we're afraid? You know, you have to kind of step out. You got to put your toes in the ocean. You know, sometimes you got to be consumed by that water. Those water emotions, you know, letting it take you over, you know. And I feel here, some of you, it's like the fear of letting go, because once you let go, you know there's no coming back. It's like that transformation is inevitable, and it's coming because you started it. Please show me the Five of Swords for Taurus. For the Five of Swords, you have the Hermit in reverse. So this is a situation that you've done a fair amount of consideration and thinking in regard to, whether this be you looking at somebody for who they are and realizing their limitations and saying, okay, this isn't something that's for me, or this is you saying, hey, look, I know my limitations now, and I'm going to conquer that. I'm going to step through that fear, and I'm going to scare the shit out of myself, basically, because I'm going to do it. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it. It feels like there's some sort of like difficulty here with commitment, and I'm not talking about a relationship. I'm talking about commitment to certain things, commitment to yourself, changing things in your life that you know you need to change but have not changed yet because they're scary. Fair enough. But with that Hermit in reverse and the Five of Swords here, you know that that's not something it's not going to help you. And every time you self-sabotage, every time you slink back into your old ways, not going to help you. And also, if you enable people to slink back into their old ways, if you enable people to come and suckle your teat, if you allow people to take from you, they'll continue to take from you. And the thing is, it's not on them, it's on you, because you allow it. That Five of Swords is about sabotage, but it's also self-sabotage. It's a very self-sabotatory card. Be careful about that. Please show me the Chariot for Taurus. So first card out, you have the Moon. This card can be about deception, but what I'm feeling here, Taurus, is it's more so indicative of emotional out of balanceness, especially with that Seven of Cups there. Not knowing the direction that you're going in, not knowing what you want, or knowing what you want but not trusting how to get there. You just have to take the first step. This Ace of Swords is about cutting things free, having clarity of mind, allowing yourself to make moves, changing things, freeing yourself from problematic thought patterns. It's about being real with yourself and knowing exactly what you want and doing it, knowing that you are limitless. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Absolutely. And the next card out is the Ten of Cups. So overall, what I'm feeling here is that you end up in a very good place. This changes positively for you, Taurus. Whether this has very heavy indications of family here. Now, if you've been dealing with somebody who's kind of been siphoning from you, and that's to be done now, that's over. It's balancing that harmony. It's balancing that energy so you can have harmony with that person again. It's being real. It's being very honest in regard to how you can kind of turn off that tap where you're not sucked dry anymore. But it's also one where you end up in a happier space, whether that be within yourself or with the people that you're surrounded by, your family members. But it's more so about tough love. It's about cutting things out so you can have better outcomes. All right. Let's see if we need to clarify anything else. Show me the Empress with the Four of Pentacles. You have the Page of Wands here. With Justice at the bottom of the deck. Justice is the center card here. So the Page of Wands is a card, it's somebody who's enthusiastic, okay? So it's enthusiasm, it's wanting to go in many different directions at once, but not anything at all. Sometimes it's not having all of the information that you need, but you want to go, you want to do things. Sometimes it's getting started into things and then just not finishing them. It's a card of study. All of the pages are cards of study. They're students, they're, learning, but also, and they can be children too. This could literally be a child, fire sign child, or just any child. If you have children, especially folks that have adult children or teenage children that are just kind of like Mom, can I have $20? Mom, can I have this? Mom, Dad, can I do blah, blah, blah? You know, it's work for it. Work for it. Go scrub that toilet. You know, go do something. Get a paper route. Fuck off. Like, go do it. It's tough love. I love you. Fuck off. Seriously. You know, it's being mindful of that, and it's kind of knowing where your boundaries are, cutting it off. Now, if you're somebody that's kind of a little bit into this and a little bit into that, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it all, and you find your ground, find your footing, and go for what makes sense for you. Don't be all over the place. Give me overall advice for Taurus, please. We have the Hangman coming out in reverse, Piscean energy. The Hangman in reverse is a card where we have given a lot of thought and consideration to things. We've stayed quiet for a long time. We've watched people and the way that they act, and it has shown us exactly what we need to know about the way that they operate and about what they will give and receive and all of that and take. And we've taken our time watching that. We've observed, we've looked at it, and we've also seen how it affects us. And the Hangman in reverse is essentially now where we are changing energy, where we're moving forward, where we're having the strength to say no, where we're having the strength to commit to things that, you know, might be really exciting, but we haven't had the courage to do so yet. Now it's time to do it. And, you know, I hate New Year's resolutions, so I don't do them. But and it's like such weird expectations, like, oh, I'm never going to do this and that. I said that earlier, but like people really get on the bandwagon for that. Like the clinic I work at is literally across the street from a 24-hour fitness. New Year's Day or all of that, like New Year's week, you should see that place is fucking flooded. I'm sitting there like with ice cream. I'm like, okay. But overall, you know, it's about really being conscious of how you can be effective in your life here, Taurus, and knowing where you need to pull yourself back from bullshit and where you can actually start to commit to things, and not just momentary. It's long haul type stuff. For those of you who need to put your foot down, do it. You'll end up with far better relationships in your life, and that goes for family, children involved as well. It sets boundaries. It sets healthy boundaries. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna let this reading go. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I know it wasn't much of a love reading, but you know what? The readings are what they are. I'm not gonna force them. And if it was helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And for those of you who donated and helped with Tippet, I really, really, really appreciate that. And I know he did too. And thank you. So, all right. I love you guys. Take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.